Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here in person and on Facebook Live. I'm Edna Matsuoka, Konko Mission of Wahiawa. We will now begin the regular Sunday service. Please join me in prayer. Kido Haile. Please clap 4 times. Please open your prayer books to page 2. Mediation prayer. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Yami Konko Daishin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Yami Konko Daishin Sama. Yami Konko Daishin Sama. Yami Konko Daishin Sama. Yami Konko Daishin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine Parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences of past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray, the brilliance of heaven, the riches of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth, the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth, it is truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us pray thankfully Kami. Let us praise the divine Parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as a divine Parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. This is a cycle of misfortune, greatest Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daishin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He sees Kami's great blessing and began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine Parent's great wish was fulfilled. Konko Daishin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and heeding not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and heeding not the dawning of day. The years passed, the world changed. He did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Shide, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Yami Konko Daishin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, we clean the body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray. Recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke, page 6. 極み金光大神天地金の神一心に願え、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. 雪やみ金光大神天地金の神一心に願え、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Dear Kiami Konko Daijin-sama and the great life force, Jinchi Kami no Kami-sama. We gather at the Konko Mission of Wahiawa with hearts full of gratitude and reverence. This year marks the 85th year since the sacred mission was founded by the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi. We give thanks for her unwavering faith, vision, and devotion, which established this place of worship. And we pray that her Mitama spirit continues to guide us in carrying forth her legacy with dedication and sincerity. As we begin this new week, we are filled with hope and gratitude for the abundant blessings that flow unceasingly from Tenchi Kami no Kami. The divine energy that sustains all life reminds us of the profound connection we share with Kami-sama, one another, and all living beings. May we use this week to deepen our faith, strengthen our connections, and align our hearts with the teachings of Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama. As we reflect on the journey of our church and faith, we extend prayers of gratitude and well-being to all Konko churches worldwide, including the spiritual headquarters under the prayers of the sixth spiritual head, Reverend Hiromichi Konko. We are thankful for the blessings of our parent churches, the Amagi Church and the Honouliuli Church, as well as all ministers, staff, and supporters of our Konko Kyo family. Today we offer sincere prayers for the world's harmony, health, and peace. May your divine light flow through us, blessing every aspect of our being and guiding our thoughts, words, and actions. Even in challenging times, we trust in your unwavering presence and grace. Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama, Tenchi Kami no Kami-sama, arigatou gozaimasu. Silent prayer. Thank you. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep. Living amidst such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Ikiyami Konko Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit to all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, we honor the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. Shintoku Sanji. 仰ぎまつれば天高く仰ぎますれば天高く拝みますればしはあつし神の恵みに生かさるみの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の御取りすぎ一人 もかくる時もなく天地の神の御守りとは吉が木の隔てなし神慈しみはよろずよにあまねく道で果てしなくかからゆをくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やびますりてひたすらに神の御影をたたえますら神の比例を仰ぎますら井戸入り井戸入りMitama Prayer, page 12. Mitama Prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. The discharge of duty faithfully, teach according to your Son's years. You remember eternally your lives you told from generation to generation, honor the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious work of God, you entered the Konko way. You walked the way of Konko direction, respecting the will of the divine parent. You amassed great merits through your faith, to take into the world beyond and give to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. You declare as such as spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as a people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, and deliver us with faith, and hand down all generations, and may we live in peace and prosperity within our own homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Prayer to the Mitama spirits. Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, departed family members, friends, the spirits of the native Hawaiian people, and beloved house pets. On this sacred day, we greet you with heartfelt gratitude and respect. Your spirits continue to watch over us, transform into Mitama spirits, blessing us with your eternal love and protection. We continue to celebrate 85 years of blessings in history at the Konko mission of Wahiawa. We reflect on your dedication, sacrifices, and enduring love that continue to guide us. In the vibrant energy of this year, we feel your presence in every prayer, every word of gratitude, and every act of kindness. We offer our prayers to honor your spirits and express our deep appreciation for the countless blessings you bestow upon us. May you continue to find peace and happiness as your love shapes and sustains our lives. As we reflect in silence, we humbly commit to living in harmony with your teachings and carrying forth the essence of your lives. Thank you for your perpetual guidance, love, and protection. May our hearts resonate with the divine as we begin this brand new week, and may we carry the spirit of the Konko faith forward in our lives. Silent prayer. So Sensanji, page 36. So Sensanji, Yoyo no Oya wa Waga Ie no Kami Waga Kami to Kokoro Tsukushite Isuki Matsurana Kokoro Tsukushite Isuki Matsurana Toki Miyo no Kami Tachiyo Uri no Kono Tame ni Ie no Hashira o Shizume Tate Tamai Hatsuko no Tame ni Onodari Wai o Mamori Tasuke Tamai Kakuri no Mienu Sakai ni Washimase Domo Mi Tsukushimi no Mi Kokoro wa Utsushio ni Kawarase Tama wazu Saki mi Tama no Masaki Kusaki wa e Tama Ikushimi Tama no Kushimi ni Megumi Tama ite Kokoro zashi wa Mati no Hashira no Ugoki naku nari wa iwa musubu tsuname no yurubi naku magokoro kiyora Hailey. Good morning, everyone. Let's open page 73 and read together the Konko Faith Art Creed. The Konko Faith Art Creed. We believe in Kenshi Kami, the divine art of the universe, our founder, Haruko Takahashi, embraced Kami's revelation, and the divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami, Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings within our own hearts, hearts filled with harmony and joy. Grateful are we to Kami today and every day. Trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We give our faith and service to Kami, each other, and our world. Nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. Revere those who have gone before us. Spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. Respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Good morning again, and thank you so much for coming. You have some new faces. I'm really happy to see all of you. Yesterday, we had our Honouliuli 10th anniversary celebration events, and our church opened our church to public tour, and we invited the public to come and check out our church and check out where Haruko Sensei, Reverend Haruko Takahashi, pictured over there and pictured over there, spread the Konko faith. And how there's a significance for her in Honouliuli is because our Reverend was interned at the Honouliuli Internment Camp site. And she was very young. Let me see. So we opened this public tour of our church. And even days leading up to this event, I was kind of anxious because I didn't know how many people were going to come. We didn't have any RSVP sign up, so had no idea. Maybe it was going to be a few people, maybe it was going to be 50, maybe what if there was 100 people. I was worried about the weather because several days before it was raining every single day in Wahiawa, and I wanted to hang the Shide paper hangings with people's prayers and wishes outside, so if it rains then the Shide is going to dissolve and people's wishes are going to be all smudged, and I was like, I don't know what would happen. And what else? And only a few weeks ago, our head minister, Haruko Sensei, suddenly began to say, oh, I'm going to go to Hiwa Church and I'm going to help out with their service. I was like, hey, you're not going to be here during the 10th anniversary event over here. And he's like, oh yeah. So I was like, oh no, it's just going to be me and my mom. What are we going to do? And so the only thing I was prompted to do was to pray. When you feel stuck, you pray and that things will go smoothly. And I was praying that the weather was going to be favorable, that we will have guests be able to write down their prayers and offer it at the dining tree outside. I pray that we'll have a manageable amount of people and that we won't run out of snacks that we prepare downstairs. I also pray that we'll have the opportunity to talk to a few people after the event about the actual faith. And I also pray that at the end of the day, me and my mom, we could both say to each other, wow, what a great event that was. And it was just a prayer, right? So, and guess what? It happened exactly how I prayed. I was like, oh, this is so amazing. Kami-sama was amazing. And so 17 guests showed up, and 4 of us, the church member Janet, and including my family, a total of 21 people attended. So that, to me, was a perfect amount. It's like almost all the chairs were filled up. And the weather was perfect and sunny, and people got the opportunity to learn about Haruko Sensei and the work that she did over here, and her initiation to the faith into the Konko. And I also explained the pictures posted, and had snacks downstairs, enjoyed a wonderful conversation, and people wrote their wishes, and on their way out, they were able to hang their wishes onto the banyan tree, exactly how I prayed, and I think that was such a great big okage for us. And as some of you may know, Reverend Haruko Sensei, pictured there, had a visual disorder. Now, she wasn't born with this visual disorder. She was kicked by a horse at a very young age, I think like 4 years old, and has suffered from thoughts of suicide every day in her teens, stemming from her visual irregularities. I'm pretty sure she got teased and bullied too. But her sewing instructor, Reverend Kusunoki, invited her for a meal one day. And she noticed her strange eating habits, because she was avoiding all like meat products, meat and like fish. She was like putting it aside. And so the sewing instructor asked her, why are you doing that? And Haruko Sensei said, oh, it's because of the faith I'm practicing, which is called Oyakushi-sama, told me that I have to abstain from meat products. So Mrs. Kusunoki was like, that's kind of strange. Why don't you come, you want to come to the Konko church? And so she invited Haruko Sensei, young Haruko, to the Konko mission of Honouliuli, and invited her. And Haruko Sensei agreed. And that's the part I think is a key point, that Kusunoki-san asked her, you want to come? And she agreed. If that didn't happen, none of this would be here today. And there are many instances where I witness people, they're suffering, they're like treading water. And in my heart, I would think, man, they wouldn't have to suffer this much if they practice the Konko faith. But most of the time, we don't say anything, and we just think about it only. But Mrs. Kusunoki, she had the guts to suggest, hey, you want to see the Konko faith? So if I was Mrs. Kusunoki, her sewing instructor, and if I were the one who saw Haruko Sensei moving on a meat aside, I wouldn't say any of what Kusunoki-san said. What I would probably say is, oh, can I have that? I want to get home to my cats, because they will eat it. And it would end there. The conversation would end there. And I wouldn't say, oh, you want to come to my Konko church? Because in Konko church, there's no dietary restrictions. I wouldn't go that far. So I really credit Kusunoki-sensei for doing that. So Mrs. Kusunoki, she basically opened up a pathway for her to receive okage, and Haruko Sensei took up on that offer. And already with that agreement to join Mrs. Kusunoki to go to the Honouliuli church, the floodgates of blessings opened for her. Haruko Sensei was only in her teens when she discovered Konko faith, and found the teaching so profound that they were eye-opening. They literally healed her eyes. That is like crazy, it's like unthinkable. And it also opened the spirit within her spiritual eyes as well. And even her family didn't believe this at first. She wrote letters to her family back in the Big Island and said, oh, my eyes are healed because of this faith. And they're like, oh yeah, right, yeah, like who'd believe you? And then when she actually went to visit her family back in the Big Island, that's when they took one look at her and they could see a clear positive change in her visual and her vision. And her overall, like the aura she had was like She must have been sparking joy. And through that, her family, they truly believed her, and the whole family converted. Well, except for one, until later on. Her one sister was very, very skeptical of Surya. And when Haruko Sensei was asked to become a reverend by the Reverend Masayuki Kodama, who was the sensei at the Honouliuli Church, her sister, Frances, tried to talk Haruko Sensei out of becoming a minister. So much so that she was so mad that she got a frying pan and whacked her on the head with it. But still, yeah, Haruko Sensei didn't back down. She still became a minister. And Haruko Sensei, she established the propagation hall in Wahiawa at 901 Kilani Avenue. So this church wasn't the original location. It was by Wahiawa General Hospital. And that propagation hall was established on January 10th, 1940. And she was 29 years old at that time. But on December 7th actually, is when the Pearl Harbor attack happened. And that's 1941. That's less than 2 years since establishing that church. 1 week after, on December 14th, she was arrested on suspicion of disloyalty to the United States. So crazy, huh? So can you believe that not even 2 years after establishing a church, she gets arrested, and her faith was truly tested at that time. She was only 31 years old at that time. So many, many uncertainties, you can imagine. Not even knowing where the heck she's being taken to. Because when they arrest her and they take her to the internment campsite, they blindfold you. So you don't know where you're going. And can you imagine how worried her family must have been, especially the mama? And I bet her sister Frances, who whacked her on the head with the frying pan, she was like, I told you, you should have listened to me. I bet she thought that. But, and Haruko Sensei, she went to the Konko seminary in her mid-20s. And that's what flagged the US government into the government watch list. That's the reason why she was arrested. And she was first taken to the San Island Detention Center and the Honouliuli Internment Campsite. She applied for parole twice. Like, oh, I want to get out of here. But the US government wouldn't let her out. And instead told her, now if you give up your faith, we will let you free. But Reverend Haruko Sensei refused to give up her faith. So that's the exact thing that saved her. She wasn't going to give that up. She had a determination and strong conviction of the faith and the blessings. So she did it. Second time she applied for parole, and she was denied again. They know if you give up your faith, we will grant you parole. You are set free. Again, she refused. And on the third attempt, when she requested parole, that's when she was released without having to give up her faith. So third time's a charm, and she was released from the internment campsite on July 7th, 1944. The propagation hall on 901 Kilani Avenue was closed down by the government, and when she was released, she stayed at the Honouliuli Church and the Shigyose, which is a faith trainee, for several years until this church was established. Now, this present location where we are sitting right now used to be military housing, and it was converted into a church by her father, Zenji Takahashi, who was an extraordinary carpenter, and we think he was a Miya Daiku, who had special skills in making shrines and temples. Now, according to Todd Sensei, Reverend Todd Zenji Takahashi, who is a head minister of the Konko Church of San Diego, he's a nephew of Haruko Sensei. So his grandfather, Zenji Takahashi, apparently built the Konko Church of Hilo by hand, using his own funds to help build and pay the other carpenters to build the structure. And the structure was a donation of pure gratitude because of the blessings his daughter Haruko Sensei made. So can you imagine how much okage was okage is blessings. We call okage blessings. How much okage she received, and those around her also received blessings. And all because of the omichibiki, the guidance from Mrs. Kusunoki, her sewing instructor. So people back then, they didn't hesitate at all to let their friends know about the faith, or guiding people, new people to the church. And there was so much word of mouth advertising of the faith and his church. That at one point there were 180 people in this congregation. And people nowadays in general, they like to keep to themselves and mind their own business. And when we see people suffering, we just like oh, hope it's okay, and then just walk away. We tend to walk away. And I'm guilty of this, I'm sorry. In my life, I think I only guided really one person to the faith, and that's my husband, through osmosis. But the way of faith is so amazing, and the more you begin to learn about the Konko faith practice and you incorporate the teaching into your daily life, you will really be able to understand how wonderful this faith is, and you'll wonder, wow, why didn't I encounter this more earlier in my life, that I wouldn't be suffering so much. You can lead happier lives, and in general, your problems will be ironed out one by one. People who are treading water will no longer have to tread water, because they will discover that the faith was a lifesaver all along. The Reverend Koichi Konko, who is the headmaster of the Konko mission of Honouliuli currently, he mentioned in a sermon about another sermon he heard by the Reverend Kimoto of the Yokosuka Church. He made an analogy of what it means to have faith versus not having faith. So if we have to travel by boat from like Hawaii to Japan, not having faith is like you sitting in a canoe and trying to paddle your way all the way to Japan. Maybe it's not impossible, but it takes a lot of skill, right? No, you probably will die. No, I don't know. Has there ever been a case where somebody canoed their way to Japan from Hawaii? I'm not sure, but I don't think so. But anyway, somebody with faith will be traveling across the ocean in a large ocean liner. That's how it is. You'll have GPS, you'll have safety raft, you'll have communication system, you'll have satellite, safety, comfort, and the support of many staff. And that's really the difference between having faith and not having faith. So a skill I personally lack is one that can openly tell others about the faith and guide them to the church, like Kusunoki Sensei did. And who knew that a single act would result in such a huge divine blessing. So huge that it continues till this day in 2025. It's amazing, 85 years, this church. So let's all try to practice omichibiki and guiding others to the faith. And I want to thank you very much for listening. Good morning. Thank you for attending today's Sunday service. Edna mentioned already. Yesterday we had Honouliuli 10th anniversary.
you came here, and then some people want to know. Konko face is not famous minority, small kind of organization. So, but they want to know what Konko face is. So they several people downstairs until more
1:30 or something.
1 o'clock more talk to that one of the person is we are so happy. And then these events, the people do not know the Konko face. That yesterday 17 people came here, and we really want to share the Konko face. That's why we came here. They were not so opportunity, do not have. They usually really we had. Say that today also we could share our faith. My parents is Konko faith, and my oji-chan Konko faith. They long time ago, no medical technology doesn't improve. So, and even poor, not so much plenty money, they rely on the Kami-sama. I don't know what to do. So they 一心に願う pray wholeheartedly. Our Konko religion, あそこにこれがありますね。生神金光大神、天地界の神、一心に願い、一心 means one heart, single heartedness. 一心は really produce the energy to connect the 神様。Without connecting 神様、it's no divine blessing と思いますね。一心に願いも本当に true single heartedly pray and rely on 神様。Then it's miraculous divine blessing is come out. で、always my father told me 一心に願いね。で、one day I encountered a brush fire like Los Angeles とかマウイね。So flame が someone 野焼きって何かなburnt the spring, usually spring in Japan, the field burnt, and after that the green grass come out and the cow eat that like that. That's the way every spring the people put the fire in the field. That's such kind of fire spread to the mountain. So I encountered that fire. で、このファイヤーのフレームがもうマウンテンはダウントアップね。このウィンドパワーがうわーっとね。So scary, quickly spread ね。And then unfortunately my house property, the mountain. The mountain, cedar, any kind of big lumber tree. ありますね。その property に almost go into. That's why my father really crazy like, oh no ね。それで、my father really strongly involved in faith and faith, single-hearted. They are teaching in time of emergency. You need not say. 天地界の神、神様またショート上に金光様に、founder's name, call founder's name. で、この、say, please help. And then 神様 help you. So, founder's name, calling founder's name is have a power to connect the天地界の神様が great force of the universe, life force. それで、my father、ビーフレームがもう truly、コンコ様とね、コンコ様、コンコ様 mean found as family name。金光るコンコ mean golden light that、神様 given the name。で、その powerful name recite then、って言ったらこのフレームがオポジットにピュッとなってね、そして、our property fire doesn't come in で、本当にこうシングルハーティネスのこのエネルギーパワーがね、it's work っていうかね、それでfire subsided and before fire engine come the fire もう gone なね。So anytime in time of emergency you have to connect 神様 whatever your Buddhism や船長の家や some founder's name 神様の name ね、recite then 神様 or founder power and go to your listen to your wish and then such a my father's miraculous event ね、divine blessing always when come back to Japan and then my father recite always this he tell the divine blessing once we receive the divine blessing we never forget usually people forget ね、so enjoy もう so happy ね、でもday the past then gradually the gratefulness is subside ね、that is not good so keep the この gratefulness でsuch the way we are safe my family so always my father told me without faith my family is not exist always say so you never forget っていうかね you do not let go of the faith and that the way is keeping and becoming I am standing over here that I am standing over here meaning just people receive the divine blessing but merely receive and receive we have to return to 神様 because 神様 give us tremendous blessings yeah? just like a parent take care of the children the baby 100% more every care ね without care your so the body ね doesn't grow up so 神様 same神様 gave us blessings without blessing we are not exist we can see because we have an eye ねでもwe have an eye sunlight the sunshine the sun doesn't exist then we cannot see so the blessing is heaven and earth our Konko religion heaven is the sunlight moon and the earth 地球ねこの our landing この earth ねour Konko religion last time told you three treasure the Konko religion treasure is three the sun moon and earth that's three mainly the visual clearly we can seeね three elements without we are no exist everything so the air the sunlight the rain and then food even the oil とかねそれから even the soil function tsuchi, ne? Dirt. Dirt, people say, dirty, dirty, ne? No. Dirt is really the source of the life, the origin of the source, the life. Ne? We really care about that dirt, ne? Earth. So we appreciate the three elements, ten, chi, heaven and earth, the blessings. We are in between the people. We are living just like a hamburger. Up no bread, heaven, and then the down is the earth, and then we in between. That's the oishi hamburger. Then without oishi hamburger, heaven and earth function. Without this one, if no more, then it doesn't become a hamburger. So we never forget about the heaven and blessings of heaven and earth. We are allowed to live the blessings, so we never forget about that. And then how heaven and earth care about us, like a parent, how father and mother care about the children. So we receive care, only care from the parents, then we return to thank you. Return back to children, thank you to the parents. And children, we are human being, thank you to the Kami-sama who care over us. Such the way we become happy, care each other, mutual interdependence. That the relationship is Kami-sama to people, and parent and child, and that the relationship thank you each other. That the relationship keeping is really becoming a happy life. My speech がちょっとあれですけど、usually I wanted to tell the Konko religion, but I thought, まだまだI limited っていうか、I couldn't share my faith, my passion doesn't move other people. もうミラクラスなんで、wow, that the Konko religion is so wonderful. That Takahashi Sensei, listen to the Kodama Sensei, the Honouliuli Church founder, and the teaching is really moved, and the light penetrate her eye. Then for 1 week, her eyesight miraculously recovered. Such the power I want to have in the future. でももうover 74だからね。あともうあんまり not so タイム、ライフのタイムないけど。でも、I really want to have such a miraculous divine guidance ね、なりたいと思っています。Anyway, I'm so grateful. Regular people every time 本当に that the person every single day, every single church function they show. This is not 当たり前. We are so thankful. Sometimes we think about the regular people come over here and then 涙が出るね。Tear come on. I'm so thankful ね。So お父さんお母さんがいるのが当たり前じゃない。お父さんお母さんありがとう。Thank you っていうね。That heart, having a heart is really important. そう、ありがとうございました。まとまりませんけど。Thank you for listening. ありがとうございました。
Goodkai. You have goodkai?
はい。
Page. Page. Page.
ご理解ワンね。
うん。
はい。
なんて書いてる？100. Let me get this one. I think it's 38.
38 or 39.
Yeah. Number 38 だね、母さん。Page 44.
Page 44.
うん。
39からね。
Number 39. Okay.
39.
Okay.
Page 44. 39. 市村光五郎.
So we take turns reading if you like to read. Well, you can read from 39, one paragraph, not paragraph, but one passage. Did you want to?
Going here and there confusedly with your sick child dying and your money running out will cause distress.
Yep. You want to read?
A sweet potato plant produces sweet potatoes. A cucumber plant will not produce eggplants.
41. Children have races, the fastest wins.
42. Sincerity means that you don't tell lies. Even children always ask, is that true? Are you serious? Are you truthful? Isn't that a lie?
Don't raise children by scorn and constantly. If you do so, they will grow up to lose lives. Raise them in constant fear will also make them cowards.
44. Though they say it's a lot of trouble to raise children, raise them anyway. Raising cats or dogs won't help you. If you raise children, you'll conclude that having a child is better than having a pet. That's why I'm raising children, said Konko-sama.
45. When you practice faith and receive a nice offering, give it to the children. It will make them happy, Konko-sama told me. I was moved. Now I pray wholeheartedly for Ikigami Konko Daijin's prosperity. Think not of Konko-sama's teaching as useless. Fill yourself with gratitude, be inquisitive, and spread teachings to save others. The faith will be passed down to future generations.
46. Konko-sama imparted to me, since Kami blesses you with children, don't select the ones you want to raise. If you do so, you will kill the desirable children and be left with undesirable ones. This will cause distress later on. 2. If you practice faith in Kami, your unwanted children will be taken through menstruation and you will receive the children you desire. Though it will require much care and effort to raise them right.
47. Money is empty security, but good health is abundant wealth. Imparted Konko-sama. ありがとうございます。
You.
I'll take the brown books. You don't need the blue ones.
火は
あ、そう。おはようございます。Good morning. ただいまから歌を4つ We sing 4 songs ちょっと待って4つ歌わせていただきます。Page 57新人の栄光 This is the typical Konko face song. So the English meaning is written. So the Japanese always, I'm from Japan, so Japanese で歌います。よろしくお願いいたします。Yeah, please, if you can, rise. Sorry. Do you have the books? ここありますよ。Page 57. Page 68. Page 68. 信心の道を。Japanese で twice 歌います。Song, Yo-Yo no Wahiawa. Next page. Twice 歌います。心 Yeah, did you see the white paper?
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, still within my heart. Still I know, even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just knowing today that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swinging arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light going from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives.
ありがとうございました。よし。ありがとうございました。You take care one day の方。ご記念。
木阿弥金剛大師
神天地金の神真に願えおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami's presence begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, not and forever on this very day, pray. 闇金光大神天地金の神真に願えおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami's presence begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever on this very day, pray. はい、ありがとうございました。Thank you very much, everybody. And have a good week. Bye bye.